context, like I mean, obviously, Harley, you grew up in partially America and the UK. I grew up
very, very
partially.
about 18 months in the US, but you've had a very interesting experience in that country, which you can tell us about.
So I was born in the UK and lived here until I was about 12, and then my family moved to New Zealand. So the rest, basically all my kind of formative years and teenage years and everything was in New Zealand, and I was in their education system. Any Kiwi will tell you that went to high school around the same time that, again, the state of history education was pretty abysmal.
It's sad to hear.
If you did regular history, you'd kind of just be taught about New Zealand history, which is about 200 years. So it wasn't the...
Well, the Americans do the same thing, and they don't seem to mind. Yeah, they don't seem to mind not having...
but obviously, like my kind of big entry point into history was I had the opportunity to take classical history as a subject at high school, and I had a really incredible teacher as well who would get us doing lots of practical kind of things around like Roman history and Greeks. I remember reenacting he got us to reenact all of like different battles of Alexander the Great in the school field.
Crikey. Sounds like a health and safety nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, we also did a Roman wedding as well. Which involved obviously having a full dressed up ceremony, bride and groom. There's a sacrificial pig in the form of a classmate who volunteered, by the way, to do that. And then we sort of
no prima nocte, I hope.
Spent the afternoon kind of walking into random classrooms, celebrating and having much merriment with the bride and groom. But it's those kind of experiences that kind of formed or helped encourage my interest in history. And obviously, I came back to uni. I came back to the UK, and then myself and Harley met at university. So I think
in a film society.
Yeah, of all places, but I do think when it comes to history, like we talk about any kind of subject especially when you're at school or at university or something. Like the teacher really makes the subject for you, and I think when so many people learn about history, it's always in kind of a it's a very factual, like, oh, this happened this date.
A bit sort of tick box exercise.
And I think there's so much more to learn about history. There's so many more things that you can go into. And there are so many incredible stories from history that we can learn about.
Well, I had a history. I think I've told you I had a history teacher at secondary school who actually got fired because he wasn't teaching us the stuff he was supposed to be for our exams. But he was just the most inspiring guy. And he would tell us extraordinary stories. And again, I think some of the spirit of that kind of is what we want to capture here is those interesting little nuggets that go beyond the kind of the usual sort of kind of two-dimensional stuff. Unfortunately, he needed to tell us the two-dimensional stuff, and he didn't. So he was out on his ear. But remarkable guy, and I think one of the reasons I am now interested in history is probably because of him. He was a spectacular teacher.
Yeah, for sure. And I do think, like you say, I mean, I fully agree. We want to really capture that kind of curiosity and excitement that we have about different areas of history, because nothing like we think that everyone should know different things that happen, and we should have more of a knowledge of the people and the things that came before us.